Finally, we got the MiMish Ride Line for Lyrical Monasterio 2, so let's begin. But first, cards for the last few days. Here's a new front, heal, crit, and draw. They're all generic. And then to a White Wing rare, Grace of the Clear Sky Seal. Grade 3, 13 power, and skills. White Wings. Count Rearguard Guardian. During your turn, this card gets plus 5k power, and during your opponent's turn, it gets intercept and plus 5k shield. Pretty decent, it's a pretty good beater, and it's also decent to interceptor. Now, if there is a need for soul, I would rather run the one that gets plus 10k to go to soul. But otherwise, this isn't bad. Next, a powerful triple rare, Mayamiya Assemble Nara. Grade 2, 10k power and skills. Auto, when placed on rearguard during the main phase, cost counterblast 1, choose a card from your soul and call it to open rearguard. Then choose a card from your hand for each card in your soul and discard it. Keep in mind when you're playing powerful, you want to make sure that you're soulless. Soul calling from soul just makes it easier to be soulless, especially because this card also has a powerful ability, which is the second skill, powerful, auto rearguard. If this card attacks a grade 3 or greater Vanguard while you have 0 cards in soul, this card goes with 5k until the end turn. Powerful, not really getting any powerful abilities other than more power. Although I would say this is still pretty good because it gives you a +1. And minuses soul on top of that, because that's what you want for the deck. Next, a Willista double rare, Challenge Yourself Trudy, grade 3, 13 power and skills. Auto, when discarded from deck or hand during your turn, if your Vanguard is Willista, cost counterblast 1, search your deck or drop zone for 1 gem card and add it to your hand. If you search from deck, shuffle it. This is really good in Willista. Not only that you can discard this for your ride deck, but if you use this as discard fodder or for Willista's superior call skill, you could at least get something back and not even lose a gem from it. Because one thing Willista really lacks is consistent searching for gems. And also the problem of cards going to the drop zone causing another deck out problem. So at least with this, if you do mill this, you still get something back. And it's a consistency card for Willista, so yes, you must play this for Willista. And now to the Tuesday stream, to the MiMish Ride Line. Here's our starter, MiMish 2B Lilia. And then we go to MiMish Shachir, which is a grade 1 with 8k power and skillless. Friends, count Vanguard Rearguard. If you have another unit in the same column as this unit, that unit becomes friends. And that's basically the friends mechanic. All the friends card will have this same skill. As long as you have a friend card in the same column with another unit, both units are friends. Which is basically a more fancier way just to say to have more rear guards. But anyway, the actual skill, auto, when rolled upon by MiMish Rakashina, call this to rearguard. So you ride your grade 2, this calls to rearguard, which is pretty nice because it has a friend ability. And it also kind of combos with your grade 2 because MiMish Rakashina is a grade 2 with 10k power with the friend ability, and the main skill is Count Vanguard. If you have another friend and you would ride MiMish Fortia, your grade 3, from your ride deck, you can ride it without discarding from hand. So you ride this on top of the grade 1 can call itself behind this, and then you're at friend state. Although both units have friend abilities, so technically you don't need to have both units in the same column, but if you call something behind it, still friend state. But this is just a typical grade 2 that just negates some of your minuses. Next, MiMish Fortia, which is a grade 3 or 13k power. It has the friend ability, and its skill is Auto Vanguard. Once per turn, at the end of battle of the discard attack, if you have 5 or more friends, basically a full field, cost counterblast 1, discard a card from your hand, stand this unit, this card gets plus 5k power and drive -1 until the end of turn. So basically, this is an overlord that needs to have a full field, but the less restrictive part is that you could attack anything. And on top that you have some extra power on top of it. A restanding Vanguard that only costs you basically 1 counterblast, yeah, that's pretty good. It just requires you to have a full field technically, with all 3 of your columns having at least 1 card with friend each, which your Vanguard will already have, and your grade 1 that it got called from soul will already have, so you just need to have 1 more friend, and you're good on having the 5 rearguard friend state. But of course, against a control matchup, you can have a difficult time. But I say this is pretty good. And then we got 1 friend support, Sound in the Wind, Dukela, grade 1, 8k power and skills, auto rearguard. Once per turn, when your unit with friend is placed in the same column as this unit, you have 3 or more other friends, cost counterblast 1, draw a card. I mean, it's just another way to get more pluses, but this is okay. But still important to get that draw as you do want more units. And finally, here are the next few card of the day reveals. And that's it for this. So what do you guys think about the MiMish Ride Line? I say it's okay. It's basically a fancy Royal Paladin deck in a way with just a name for a mechanic. although a little more restrictive as you do need friend cards. But overall, I already see a lot of potential in this deck because you do have quite a bit of superior call cards in Lyrical Monastery already. The only thing lacking now is that we need more friend cards, because without more friend cards, it will have consistency issues. But on that, that's it for this, and see you all next time.